Let me introduce the champion, whom we fondly call as Chandra sir. So, who's going to lead us the complete 40-day journey. Chandrasekhar Pulamurashetty is one of the founders and also the CEO of Zenvoy, ex-CEO. As a founder and CEO, Chandra has been one of the driving sources behind successful transition of Zenvoy from just ember startup to industry leader. He is the founder and the managing trustee of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, a former VP of IBM Corporation. Welcome, Chandra sir.
Thank you, Lakshmi madam. Wonderful. Yes, please.
We also welcome today one of our lovely mentors, whom we always look up to, Dr. Karthikeyan. Good morning, sir.
Yes. Please go ahead and talk.
He is the retired IPS officer, President, Foundation for Peace, Harmony and Good Governance, former Director, Central Bureau of Investigation, Director General, National Human Rights Commission, and Special Director General for Central Reserve Police. And the very important and very encouraging, lovely mentor for Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. We welcome you, sir.
Namaste. Good morning to all of you. Welcome to another 40-day session of this wonderful meditation. Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, hardly a year old now. Meditation started with about 100 people. Today, session after session, attracting more and more people. I think this time, nearly 2,000 people have registered, and about 1,000 will be on Zoom, and others will be following it on the YouTube. Well, from the time we are born, when we inhale the first breath, then the life comes in, and till the last breath goes out and doesn't come back. That is the beginning of life and end of life also. The only thing with which we have our companion from birth to death is our breath. Yes, our parents are there, but they leave after some time. All the others come in life, come and go. They all play an important part in our life, shaping our life, helping us to achieve the purpose of our life. But the only thing with which we live from birth to death is the breath. Constantly we keep breathing. Only thing is, we are not aware of that. Meditation teaches us the art and science and the technique of observing the breath. The simplest process. Meditation is not new. I think from the inception, there have been some system of meditation or the other, along with Bhakti Yoga or even otherwise, throughout the ages, all over the planet. You know very well, India is popular all over the world for teaching spirituality, yoga, and of course, meditation also. There are so many systems. All are wonderful. I had the good fortune of being exposed to some of these traditions and the great masters. But the simplest form of meditation, I realized, is Anapanasati meditation. The part of Vipassana discovered by Bhagavan Buddha 2550 years ago, after experimenting with so many other possibilities, Buddha found Vipassana to be the best way. And did that. First 3 days are Anapanasati meditation, observing the breath. The next 7 days, observing the sensations in the body. I'm putting it very simply. Now, Anapanasati, Vipassana left India 2,500 years after Buddha left for some time, for some reason, but it was preserved in many other countries, including Burma. There, Satyananda Goenka ji, we call Guruji, whom I had the privilege of knowing him, meeting him. He went to Vipassana meditation to get rid of his headache, for which he could not find remedy anywhere in the world. He was a very rich diamond merchant. Ultimately, someone suggested, why don't you go to Vipassana? He went to Vipassana, but then it was a 3-month-long meditation technique. Within 2 weeks, he got rid of his headache, which had no other remedy till then anywhere in the world. But he found that meditation is much more valuable than just getting rid of the headache. He completed his 3 months course. There, he found it's a life-transforming experience. His guru, Burmese guru, told him, take it back to India. I'm condensing the long history into a few sentences. He came back, giving up all his wealth. Nobody was interested in India to sit like that. He explained to me how much suffering he had. Ultimately, he did succeed in spreading it. That was about 80 years back. Established some centers here and there. In his time of he could spread it to about many countries also, some centers. Not very popular, except in those who are very keen on, self-discovery. Others would not, because it's a long time it takes. It's quite a hard time to concentrate also. That being the situation, when I had, at some point, most critical point of my life, I went into Vipassana because I heard that it gives a lot of self-support. I found it enormously beneficial. 3 days of observing the breath, the remaining 7 days observing the sensations of the body, frugal living, 2 meals a day, simple meals. But from morning 5 o'clock, you keep on observing the breath, meditation. After I came out, I suggested to everybody, even to the head of the department of the CBA and CRPF, where I was holding both the positions, which we introduced. Anyway, it's a long story. And this brings home one gentleman called Subhash Patriji, was working with some private firm. He also went into this Vipassana, but he could not sit there for more than a day because he said it was enough for me. He perfected the technique called Anapanasati meditation and did a lot of hard work going from house to house, village to village, spreading it. Now it has spread so much. And many masters, teachers have been created by him. And they in turn made it more interesting, the way not only just teaching, they packed it with a lot of attractive propositions. Among them are Dr. Newton, Lakshmi, Shayans Daga, Chandra, and of course, and hundreds of others more now through these masters also. So I happened to inaugurate actually the first session of Chandra. That was much before the foundation. I found it very interesting and very useful. Then I wrote to some few people, then many joined. That's all old long story. You will hear it more about it. The next few days, one by one, they will come and explain what happened to them. So, ladies and gentlemen, it became more and more popular all over the world. You will see over a period of time, right from children of 9 years, 10 years old, to the elders like me, 80, 82-year-old, they're all there. They will share their experiences. And after the first session, I had the courage to write to everybody, yes, please join. I don't get my name to anything easily. And I also found Chandrasekhar growing, metamorphosing, growing into Master Chandra in the last 16 months' time. He has perfected the art and technique of teaching meditation, along with wisdom gained by reading hundreds of books, my own experience and all that. So everyone who joins here, they're benefited. So I would like to congratulate all of you who have registered. You are fortunate because many thousands they spread the message, but some of only like you who are the fortunate and the wisdom to join. My only appeal to you is, yes, it's going to be difficult for many who are not used to getting up early morning. But you see, after 5-6 days, you will be automatically wake up without an alarm also. Because once your inner self feels the benefit, you will be woken up. And then you will miss it when the 40 days are over. I know many have missed it. Many have rejoined again. Please do not miss it. Don't use talking for 1 or 2 days or nothing like that. Nothing will happen. When you put a seed of a plant, you can't take it. Every day you can't dig out and see what's happening. Then what happens? That seed also will die. Allow the seed to germinate in itself. That is listening to this, participating in this long meditation every day with an open mind, at least not with a negative mind. Don't start telling, oh, what will happen. No. Then don't be here. If you are willing to experiment for your own good, and because the very fact you are registered shows you are interested. So keep a positive mind, it helps a lot. After 6-7 days, you will not give it up, I can assure you. But as they say, mandala, 40 days only helps to gain insight into the practice, and you will not give up the practice. So I appeal to you, please join regularly from the beginning. Today is okay. Maybe you are going to be late, doesn't matter. From tomorrow, please be here 5 minutes before 6 o'clock. And my advice to Chandra and team is start at 6 or 6:05, whatever may be the number. Otherwise, they think they will wait for you. Then they will come later. And I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, you will be benefited. I will not find anyone after 40 days of regular practice telling, yes, I am benefited. Some will say much earlier, my life is transformed. I heard this from many people, from different walks. I'm talking about not everyone is important. I'm talking about even the achievers who achieved everything in life, hardworking people. But even they have said on my persuasion, join, they said, yes, our lives are transformed. You will get some benefit or the other, ultimately. So I think with these words, I have great pleasure and privilege to inaugurate this 40-day session of Master Chandrasekhar and his wonderful team. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Karthikeyan sir, for this wonderful, encouraging and inspiring kickoff for our 40-day session. Really, really grateful to you for always encouraging and always connecting more and more. And so, dear friends, we just heard from Padma Shri Karthikeyan sir, who has been after achieving everything and continues to always keep meditation an integral practice to his life. And so is the case with many, many of us. Meditation is many things to many people, but it is one thing for every question that we have as an answer. And it is one thing as a solution to every problem if we have one. Because meditation is fundamentally moving us from a state of body consciousness to that energy consciousness. Modern science is able to explain in some ways now that we are much more than the body, and everything is getting created first somewhere else. Everything that we wish to have, wish to experience, wish to explore is created somewhere else first, and then it is manifested as material reality next. That somewhere else is this invisible energy field called quantum energy field. So meditation is helping us fundamentally alter that, and hence then we can alter our physical reality. With meditation, it is a greatest self-exploration tool. With meditation, we understand why when some people are able to excel greatly in their life, why they can do, and so what I should do. Why, if some people are very happy, even with no possession, how I can be that. Why some are able to come out of some deep challenges, health challenges. If they are able to do, then I can do it. Why some seem to be always are working greatly with everybody together. They have no challenge whatsoever in working with people. And then when you understand the reason, then we also can be that. It is helping us to self-explore about ourselves greatly, and also our relation with everything that exists around us. Everyone that exists around us. It is helping us. We are this conscious, subconscious mind in our brain. The subconscious, which is inclusive of unconscious, is driving us constantly. 95% of our life is driven through this subconscious, unconscious programs that are there in our mind. Because this whole nature of the personal realities is anchored on one statement: our thoughts and feelings create our reality. Our thoughts and feelings create our outer reality. So everything is driven through that simple fundamental process. And our thoughts and feelings are deeply driven through our subconscious, unconscious programs, the past programs that have been always there, through which we make our decisions, make our future plans. Everything is based on our past of subconscious, unconscious programs. Meditation is helping us look into them and have them to change. This is a process like a sculptor making a statue, where you are going to hammer, starting with the stone, you're going to hammer the stone one time, second, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, to first even break it. Then you start chipping, and then the sculptor starts chipping it. But then suddenly you start seeing all the beautiful things. The face appears, the hand appears, the the toes appear. Nicely, the nose is carved, but they all happen slowly, one by one. Nothing comes suddenly. That's what Karthikeyan meant, that we'll always see some benefit of the other, but we're also going to see incrementally one getting added up to the other, like that beautiful statue. We do it for a few days, then we start discovering ourselves. There, the sculptor is doing it for somebody else. Here, we're doing it for ourselves. To say that's a process which is trying to recondition ourselves, our subconscious, unconscious programs that are there in the mind. It's a process that's going to take a little while to reprogram it. If you've taken years to program this mind, then it's going to take a little bit of time to reprogram, or deprogram first and then reprogram next. So friends, I'm Chandra Purmarsetti. I've been very successful, what I call to myself, in my career. I've been a computer science engineer from BITS Pilani. Then I had wonderful time in the IT industry. Worked in the United States for some time, about 10 years in mostly West Coast, sometime in East Coast too. And did some of the core fundamental work. I can say one of the best works of IT industry, working through this innate integral parts of these operating systems, that too, these large multi-process systems and stuff like that. Very, very satisfied with what I've done, doing some patents and things. But somewhere deep inside, I always had this urge to be, always had the urge that something is more is there. I didn't know then. It was in 1999. I didn't know this second half of 90s while I was there working in the United States. I don't know, something was deeply there that I need to come back. I need to come back. Didn't know what it was, but always felt that I have to come back to India because there may be something bigger, something that else I have to do. As soon as I came back to India in those days, I met my younger brother, who was constantly telling me that you meditate. He was a medical doctor, was constantly telling me by then, for 2 years, you meditate. You can change your life. You can excel much more deeply. You can achieve whatever you want to do. But I completely kept away from that talk. Instead, I used to written advise him, very simply. But then when I came to India, I met Brahmashi Patriji, founder of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement. A simple, ordinary master, but then extraordinary wisdom. A Zen master, somebody who was so focused and always spoke only one thing about meditation. In spite of having enormous amount of knowledge, which I figured later, but always made it simple and then spoke about meditation and said, you know very little about this field of meditation. Told me on my face point blank at that time, because I asked him something and I didn't just know. That I felt pretty tough on me, that someone's telling me I don't know anything while I consider myself very successful in career. Technologically quite successful. But then he told me this, that you don't know anything. But that is his style. That is his method of bringing somebody into it deeply, because he is a master who is just wanting to go and then touch everybody with this simple self-exploration tool. So I felt maybe something here, a medical doctor telling me, and somebody, there were about 100 people in that room at that time. Medical doctor telling me, and here is this master. People are very intelligent. And if they're there with the master and then they are following many things, they are understanding many things from this, got to be something that is offering. So I felt I must investigate it. Our scientific temperament will always be there. So I said, I must investigate it. If I didn't know about it, yes, why not? I won't become that just because somebody's told me something. Instead, okay, maybe there is something here. So I started investigating. What is meditation? It took me some time though in those days, but very quickly I understood there is some power in here. So I was doing meditation on and off for some time. That sometime was 3 years then. Very on and off, on and off. But I was going and supporting. I knew deep inside when I understood the benefits of meditation that, okay, I can support it. So financially I would support, and then I would go and then join some programs every now and then, but not being a regular. But somewhere in the year 2002, where I was going through a startup, by then I moved into a startup environment, and there was quite stressful environment. Quite a bit was going on for us. And being a very competitive person, I always wanted the best things in the company, best projects, best job, best hike, everything. It is the nature. And then I was always seeking for it. I was always competing with the people around me, That is the only thing I knew, that competition. And around that time, somewhere I felt that I must go and then meditate. This tool is there because it's getting stressful. And days are getting longer and longer by the day. As you grew up and then as you're doing more things, then obviously the days became longer with work. And so I started meditating at that point, dear friends. And in 2 months, August, September of 2002, when I meditated, end of those 2 months, I was also reading books. Richard Bach, Neil Donald Walsh, Conversation with God, Road Less Travel, Illusions, The White Book by Ramtha. So many such books, Deepak Chopra, Ageless Body, Timeless Mind. Some of these books that have been constantly been asked and advised to read. I was reading the books, and once I was actually also practicing meditation. I did meditation 1 to 2 hours. Somewhere I felt the urge and I did that. And the end of this meditation is when I understood deeply for myself that success or failure or high or low in our life, our happiness, sadness, there all is what we are defining to ourselves, number one. They also understood little more deeply that thoughts create reality. Because during that time, I changed my thought, the way I was feeling towards my colleagues, primarily colleagues. Biased manager, unfriendly colleague, always trying to butter managers, butter people. This is how I used to think. But then with this meditation, I understood a lot of these are simply the illusions in my mind that I created. I've been giving different meanings to this circumstance happening around me. And then the moment I change my thought, automatically the people around me start changing. Later, much later in the year 2015, I understood that we have energy fields around us. Every thought and feeling is energy, electromagnetic energy that's around us. And that electromagnetic energy is constantly influencing people around us. That energy or the vibration that we send out influences, because our cells are taking the signal from this. The cell membranes have a signal that takes signal from the environment around them. And so whatever they receive is what they take, and then accordingly they behave. Accordingly, they produce another signal into the body, a chemical signal. So somebody's thought is influencing. So people started changing, or I started having great experience. They may be same, but I at least started interpreting differently. And then, of course, my energy that's going in, that also rubs on them. That's why when you see a good person coming in, an energetic person coming in, vibration person coming in, generally the mood lifts. So with that understanding, I kept saying, okay, this is good. It's giving me good moments, because it gave me a great emotional regulation. It started giving me a stronger mindset, because I was constantly learning how thoughts create reality. Thoughts create reality was the fundamental statement I used to hear. Another statement I used to hear, be a light unto yourself. Appo Dipo Bhava, in Pali language by Gautama Buddha. Be a light unto yourself. They didn't tell me to come in and say, okay, do this worshipping, do this puja, do this, do that. They didn't ask me. But they said, you are the light. You got to solve your challenge by yourself. I really liked it, because it is putting me as a master. It is empowering me. They said this technique and this knowledge you're going to learn will empower you to solve any problem. Be a light unto yourself. No exceptions there. And it said, your thoughts create reality. Simple. Your thoughts create your reality. So I was intrigued and experimenting. So right around that time, I had a medical condition which was discouraging me to travel. And so it was, my career was travel time. I would dread a flight because it will give me deep pain leading to infection. So I would slowly avoid it. And I had visited so many doctors in the west coast of the United States. All of them, like many other chronic illness for people, they've said that this is something lifelong. You just have to take some medication before you fly. Not every day, but before you fly. It was enough for me to discourage me from traveling and hence, curtailing my career. Somebody very competitive. It's a challenge for many business leaders today. If health is not there, health is the foundation, is not great, then we can't do many things. We keep checking out, saying that I'm not that well. We don't like it. None of us like it to check out, saying that I'm not that well. But to my great surprise, in the 4 months later, when I was flying next time from Bangalore to Bay Area, I didn't find my ears getting blocked or having that pain and infection coming in. In 4 months later, I was still carrying medication. I said, okay, let me try without medication. It happened too, without medication, where I was very confident that I can heal myself, because I constantly was hearing that statement also, that you can heal yourself. You can heal yourself. You are the master of your own life. You are the light unto yourself. Your thoughts create reality. 3 fundamental statements. I started helping grading. So what I did was that my inner chatter that I'm going to fall sick, I'm going to have this pain, I'm going to be having this infection. I guess I did not realize, but then I went away from that inner chatter as I was meditating, as I was constantly taking in these various books and information that they're all telling that it is the same thing, that Ed Bhavam Tad Bhavati, you are creating your reality through your thoughts and feelings. And with this meditation, this next 4 months, I was regular. And then slowly, it must have changed my inner talk in the mind, that inner chatter that, oh, it's going to happen, that's going to happen. And then it went away. It was painful. If you get stranded in Singapore airport for 12 hours, those days you have to wait for long. Some of you have been traveling for a long time would know. And then if there's no doctor facility and you have this deep throbbing pain, it was painful. So what happens every time we have experienced something past unpleasant, our mind is conditioned, because we have experienced it a second time or a third time, including death. When we lose people in our close families, and then we experience that as a very sorrow and a very suffering event, where we grieve a lot. And then we have many of such incidences in our life, because that's common. And so every time we connect one with the other, how painful this death was, how painful that death was, this was. And so we're deeply ingrained our subconscious mind with those feelings, that the next time you even hear the word of death, or they hear that somebody is not well or critically ill, then immediately we pull back all those memories of sorrow and grief. And the moment we pull back all of those memories, then we strengthen them stronger in our subconscious. And so we continue to project them. Next time something happens, we go into this state of sadness suddenly, because it is being projected. I only learned this much later, that our thoughts and feelings are constantly getting reprogrammed strongly every time you relive an experience. You relive an experience of a sad or a tough argument with your manager, or a business loss that you had, very challenges to take to, or a personal loss. When you relive those experiences again, and we are programming that strongly, that's neuroscience. And as a result, we're projecting that strongly, that's quantum physics. And as a result, difference, we have an outcome, a reality into our life that we do not necessarily want, but we continue to live in that model. Our body becomes the master of our emotions and feelings. And so we produce and then create things the same. If you don't like your manager because you judged, this manager is always tough to you. And if that's the thought you carry with a feeling, then every time you go in, we continue to encounter those challenges. Small things to big things, they come in. And then we continue to reinforce to ourselves that he is a tough manager. Life is not good to me. And then when we think about this, because of various 3-4 events that happened, maybe a loss in the business, or maybe 2 close people have gone, And so life is not good to me and it's been harsh to me. And that is a feeling with which we carry and then live our life, then we are attracting more such things, more failures, more grief. I figured this is a combination of quantum physics and neuroscience are explaining this process very well. And meditation, is your friends, is helping us to overcome this process. Meditation is helping us to completely change our mindset. It's helping us to change our mindset from unwanted, unpleasant thoughts and feelings and memories to something that we really want for ourselves. Your thoughts and feelings created us. So meditation is helping us to become a single point minded on whatever that you want to put your attention onto. It helps us to put our attention onto things that we really want, that are aligning, that are giving us great happiness. It helps us to go deeper and understand our inner. It gives us the ability to understand what is it I want slowly. And it is helping us to connect into that energy field, or that mystical word that has been, it's a mystery, and it's a soul, consciousness. There is always a mystery. Okay, there is something, I don't know what that is, but definitely now we know that there is this quantum energy field that is, everything is energy. Everything is energy. From energy comes matter. So then with our observation, everything, all events are happening with our observation. We can absolutely understand this more and more. So it's helping us to drop our material reality to be with that energy, and so that you can influence energy to energy, then to matter to matter. So it's a very scientific process to explore and then create a reality that we want. Many, many people who come into our practice, within the 3 weeks, they say 70% of them are saying they're healing deeply. Either they heal the condition they have, they come with maybe diabetes, a deep backache, I don't know, migraine headaches, the dread terror. And then when they say that they no longer exist for us, just in 3 weeks, they're saying it. Because with meditation, we are slowly detaching ourselves from the past experience, and is helping us deprogram. And that itself is sufficient to allow our body to work most naturally. And so we gain health. First thing that happens in meditation is to gain perfect physical, mental health. And so we are able to live our passions. Many things that we give up. I want to do trekking. I want to go and then excel in my career. So for which I need to go and then live in a different place. But you're constantly worried about many things. And so meditation helps us to detach from the past experiences, that we are free to go and then execute. It helps us to go and do things because it'll rekindle a passion, whatever that passions are, which you give up slowly because we feel we're not there with our health, and then it helps us to rekindle passions. It is helping us increase our powers of thought so that we can manifest. We want to understand some of these as we go along, but most importantly, helping us self-explore and connect in those who feel that at crossroads don't have answers, that I've come this far in my life, but I don't know, something is missing. What is required? It gives you those deep answers. Because the concept is that there is this quantum energy field, there is field that exists out there, which is awareness, which is constantly is paying attention. We are creating, and this is creating. So we understand our larger self, that there is something more to us than just this body. If that is so, when you sleep deeply, and then you wake up in the morning, you say, I slept very deep and I felt very good. Who is telling you that? Who is telling you that you slept very good? If you slept very deeply, and then the science says that you are completely unconscious in that sleep, but when you wake up, you say, felt very good. What was that? What is telling you? That's awareness. That is consciousness. Meditation helps you to connect into that larger awareness, which is telling us constantly what is more important for you. What is that thing that you need to do to be able to align to a deeper contentment, happiness, because money is not cutting it. We know that. A position is not cutting it. So friends, I was deeply influenced with this meditation. Thereafter, then I took to service. Pyramid Valley International is a great meditation center lying here in Bangalore. So with Patriji, I followed with Patriji, kept on being with him, because his master is making it very, very simple. He said, you don't come to me with the problem. Come to me with your meditation journey. And every time somebody went with a problem, one strong answer, meditation. And I literally implemented in my life. When I went to service, I understood, start being equanimous to the experiences. That good and bad are there, but they're equanimous. We can be equanimous to many things. I understood when we start doing service, when we start practicing regularly, that regret breeds more regretful experiences. Mistakes happen. Meditation helps us to detach from the past. So we stop regretting. Regret breeds more regretful experiences. I understood one of the days I was talking to him, he was saying, I don't procrastinate. I take every day as if my last day, so that you don't procrastinate. You also know what is the right priority. And meditation helps you to be not procrastinate things as much as possible. If you are procrastinating, you have the general tendency to postpone things. Meditation helps you to be not procrastinate things. It sort of gives you, it raises that willpower in you. And so I understood that, and then I kept going at it, meditation. And I applied some of these principles greatly, and then got to an understanding of manifestation, creating abundance. If our thoughts create reality, then the limit is how much we can think. What you think is what you become. The limit is how much you can think. That's exactly what. Then I studied many successful people. I read Mahatma Gandhi's biography. I read about Dhirubhai Ambani. I read definitely about Bill Gates and Steve Jobs in the IT industry, Warren Buffett. I've read some of them, and it's consistently, it's simple. It is a thought, the way they think and dream. They dream, and they're all able to set their attention on a larger thing that they want to be, as opposed to get bogged down by what they are experiencing now. It's called manifestation. Sense of meditation helped me understand this through Dr. Newton, being a grand master, in telling about money and prosperity, how you can create money, how you can prosper in your life. Then I applied some of those techniques, and then I got to say that I was able to successfully steer a company, even though it had a history, to be a successful exit and outcome through IBM for a great and nice monetary benefit, as well as very, very successful deep satisfaction that whatever we built is used quite a bit worldwide today, with all employees being very, very happy. So that's about the time that I felt the calling to do full-time service, to teach. I've been teaching before, but very little, because you're doing full-time work as an executive. But then I took time, I spent some time in IBM, and then took to this service of wanting to teach meditation. We are a nonprofit. Our only goal is to be giving this meditation to as many people as we can. And then we are very, very grateful to Karthikeyan sir, Ramani sir, who is the Padma Shri Ramani sir, the founder of Shankarai Foundation, one of the top nonprofit organizations in the country, doing very great service and giving vision to millions and millions of people. And then Dr. S.V. Balasubramanian, who is an industrialist from Coimbatore. They've been constantly encouraging to be here. My point is this: if we're able to latch on to this process, like I did, like many of us did here, we're able to latch on to this process, then we are significantly seeing the benefit, but we got to latch on to it. The process they're going to start now is very simple. It's a very simple process. But then that's where the challenge lies to. For many people, they expect there is a big process is there, that I've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps are there, that I'm able to then look at it. But it's not that. It is just so simple. One of the reasons why I stayed with this process, even though I did a lot of exercises, yoga, tea and meditation, many things, but I came to this, or when I got introduced to this, then I really, and then studied several other meditations, then I stuck to this because it's so simple. I was able to sit with Vani, with a co-founder, and I'm very grateful to her in the entire journey for her messages and everything. With her and then my children, we together, children very young, we're able to sit together. With my dad, who is old, we were able to sit together, do the same simple practice at any time of the day. We're on journey, we're traveling, we're able to sit together. Doesn't matter where you are. This technique is so simple, but the challenge also lies in the simplicity, that those of us, if we are intellectually conditioned, want something more longer and stricter so that, we can tame our mind. Not necessary. In the simplicity, many people give up. But if we can hold on to this, like Karthikeyan has said, every one of us are seeing something or the other. So what is this technique, dear friends? It's called Anapanasati technique, or breath mindfulness meditation. The process is simple. This program, we're going to do everyday meditation. 6 weeks, we do meditation. We are really going to make this a strong habit. In 3 weeks, we're going to decondition our subconscious mind completely, or rather anything that we don't fire, and those are all going away. That's the neuroscience. 3 weeks, if you don't fire a circuit, that means a past memory, then it slowly goes away. Meditation helps you to stay away from it. So 3 weeks you practice, you are naturally becoming more neutral. You're staying away from the past. And then you do another 3 weeks, then you're cementing, you're learning a lot of knowledge during this process. And then you're cementing with a lot of knowledge that is expansive, supports our life go forward. And so when you do that in 6 weeks, we got a strong habit to go forward. That's why I do this program as a mandala 6 weeks. The process is simple. We're observing our natural breath. Observing a natural breath is the technique Anapanasati. Anapanasati means that in-breath and out-breath, to be with the in-breath and out-breath. So those are wearing specs, we remove the specs and we close our eyes. Step 1. Step 2, we are keeping our fingers into fingers like this and placing our hands comfortably in our lap. So let me show you a picture. So the posture is simple. This is the breath mindfulness meditation. If you're in the chair, just cross-legged and fingers into fingers like that. Or on the floor, you cross-legged. Simple Sukhasana is sufficient. Padmasana and some of those are not necessary. If you are comfortable with it, where you can sit with it for half an hour, then you can do that. But if you're not comfortable, don't bother. Just do a simple sitting like that. Take back support if required. But comfort of the body is important, very, very important. We're closing our eyes and we're keeping our eyes closed for the whole duration of this meditation. You got to keep our eyes closed for the entire duration. And then the process is simple. We're observing a natural breath. Your normal breath, you're breathing in and breathing out. So observe your breath, in breath and out breath. That's it. Where do you observe? Take this point in the middle of your eyebrows, in the middle of the eyebrows, and observe, put your attention there and observe the breath is going in and coming out. Simple. So when you observe the breath, our mind starts becoming empty. The goal of the meditation is to empty your mind. The goal of the meditation is to empty the mind. We have thousands of thoughts, we empty the mind. By observing our breath, our mind becomes empty. Your natural breath. This point. So breath is going in, coming out. Cold air goes in, warm air comes out. I want you to simply observe it. Don't make any forceful inhalation, exhalation. This is not any manipulative, any pranayama technique. It's called Sukhamaya pranayama. That means you are observing your natural breath. You're not changing the breath, not tampering with the breath, right? So with the eyes closed, we observe the breath is going in and coming out naturally. This is the most relaxing posture one can find. So you are in the most relaxing posture, most comfortable, sitting there, back support is there, and then with the fingers, eyes closed, and then observe your breath. Simple. Breath is going in, coming out. Only you know it. And as you observe, our mind becomes empty. Our thoughts start coming down. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So you put your attention on thought, they keep flaring up. So we put our attention on something away from the thought. So we simply put attention on the breath. Because the breath, slowly in a period of time, we'll forget that we're observing the breath. And so we become empty-minded. Our goal is to empty the mind completely. Right, friends? Empty the mind completely. So we simply observe the breath. Now, as you observe, thoughts will come. Sadly, thoughts will come. When you have thoughts, bring your attention back to the breath again. Thoughts will come. When you recognize you're thinking, bring your attention back to the breath again, continue to observe the breath. Thoughts again will come, bring your attention back to the breath. So we are taming the mind in this process. In initial days, for a lot of people, they've just been there in the thought for a long time. Don't be harsh on yourself. In every meditation that we sit for some time, even for a few seconds, we are empty-minded. Then we are automatically reaping the benefit of meditation. And then everything like, driving, it gets better. So I want you to sit down today now and observe the breath. I'm going to play some music and also guide. It's going to help us to go into this process deeply. And I'll be guiding a bit. Now, when you are observing the breath, and as your breath is becoming lighter, you'll observe it. Continue to observe it. Breath becomes lighter, shorter, and then slowly you'll realize that you're going empty-minded, empty-minded. And then as you're getting empty, you start experiencing energy. All emptiness is energy. That's quantum energy field. That is this consciousness. So we experience that. When we experience energy, we may have sensation in the body, movement in the body, or we may have some kind of vision, some kind of color, some kind of feelings. Many things may happen in our body. Kaya anupasana, chitta anupasana, bhava anupasana. We're going to talk about them tomorrow. But there is some sign, but we're going to see any of these. Be a witness to them, see them, observe them as a witness, not without interpretation. But if you think you're thinking, you're projecting, your thought is there, attention back to the breath. But if you know it's not your thought, it is something else going on, be a witness, observe it. Right, friends? Let's do this meditation. It's called Anapanasati, breath mindfulness meditation. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. It is going to be initially, the mind is going to waver a lot. And mind is going to tell you many things to open your eyes and then come out of it and say it's not possible by you. And just stay through it. Dear friends, with your eyes closed, fingers into fingers, resting your hands comfortably in your lap, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. In this meditation, we observe our normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Our goal is to empty the mind. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. Be with your breath. It is natural to have thoughts in our mind. When you recognize your thinking, gently go back to observing your breath. Be with your breath. Become one with that in-breath and the warm out-breath, dear friends. And allow yourself to slowly and slowly become empty of all thoughts. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. When our mind is empty, we allow our body to function at its natural best. We move ourselves into the generous present moment and we connect into this higher quantum energy field. Allow yourself to merge into your breath. And allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. With your eyes closed, merge into your breath and allow yourself to slowly and slowly become empty of all thoughts. We are going into powerful group meditation. As you become empty, can you find that emptiness inside of you, all around you? Become aware of that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing, in no place and no time. We are less matter, more energy. As we become empty of all thought, we experience that greater emptiness all around. That's energy all emptiness is energy. This is the unlimited quantum energy field. The longer we stay connected to this field of energy, of this emptiness, dear friends, the more we become of it, the more we receive from it. If you find yourself distracted in thought, gently go back to observing your breath and slowly experience that emptiness all around. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and merge into that emptiness, that energy. The longer you stay connected to this energy, the more possibilities you draw into your life. Allow yourself to merge into your breath. And allow yourself to stay connected to that emptiness of yourself. With your eyes closed, observe your breath and slowly merge into that emptiness all around. Go deeper and deeper into yourself. Observe your breath. Allow yourself to become totally empty. Friends, let's express gratitude with your eyes closed. Can you be grateful to all the people and things in your life? Be grateful to your parents. Express your gratitude to your teachers and mentors, to all the people in your life, your family, your friends, your relatives, your colleagues, your partners, everybody. Be deeply thankful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, our planets, our stars. Be grateful to all the things you use, the technology, the places you visit, your companies, your governments. Deep gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent universe. For allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body. Feel your body.
Surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free, as I continue walking in.
As you relax, I'd like you to recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you experienced? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes.